funniest pets and people. Fifi versus the feline. A barker meets some snapper. A pooch gets scooched. A dog who's really on the ball. And a dismount goes down for the count. So get yourself a comfy seat and get ready to catch some laughs. It's the show that will have you sing, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Prepare to giggle. It's Tough Guys. Poor little Napoleon. It's a blow to his doggy ego that he has to nudge the cat awake to let it know he's barking at it. And it doesn't help when the cat taps him to see if he's a squeaky toy. But eventually, with enough barking, the cat does get annoyed and leave. Proving you can win if you're just a persistently pesky pipsqueak. Oh, try saying that 5 times fast. This dog is not mad at the fish. No, he's trying to warn them. Warn them that the cat just got a new kitty wetsuit and a snorkel. But the fish don't seem to listen, which is why he's resorting to Morse code on the side of the glass. Hide in the treasure chest. Good job. And this little pooch decided since everyone was always taking him for a walk, it was his turn to take someone else. But the cat can't believe it. Yeah, what that kitty is feeling right now is not exactly what you'd call puppy love. But don't worry, he figures he's got 9 lives worth of time to teach that pup a lesson. Bobo doesn't like to be bothered while he's eating. No ifs, ands, or buts. But Tyrone the boxer seems to feel he can do what he wants. Mostly for 2 reasons. Number 1, that's his bowl Bobo's eating out of. And B, Tyrone's a boxer and Bobo's a chihuahua. Now, Phil finally understood why the owner of this field was paying him so much to do the gardening. It also explained why the tools they gave him included a hose, garden shears, and a red cape. And it does also prove that sometimes the want ads can really steer you wrong. Corky the dog is going at that exercise ball pretty good, and he's a bit disappointed to find nothing inside. But you can't really blame him. It's his birthday, and he thought it was a piñata. However, there is some good news. His owner put this tape out as a workout video, and they're selling like hotcakes. Get ripped with Corky.
actually a junk.
Everyone was thrilled about Bobby's new riding mower. Everyone, that is, except Bobby's old rake. Which proves even garden tools have feelings. Stretch those smile muscles, it's athletes. Welcome to Gymnastics 101, where the first lesson we learn is, if you don't want to fall, don't try the balance beam right after a heavy lunge. Although the gymnasts are holding up quite well. Too bad we can't say that for the equipment. Philippe is showing some amazing footwork. He sticks to that ball like super glue, up and down the field. Shows what happens when you practice hard. And when you accidentally roll a soccer ball in bacon grease. Carolyn is a very determined competitor, and she's a woman who always gets what she wants. Which in this case is to smack against the surf like a big old flounder. Way to go, Karen. In this junior skating competition, it seems from the way these girls are waving their arms, they haven't yet figured out you skate with your feet. Now they're starting to get it. Although this one little girl is so focused on how to skate, she's not paying attention where to skate. Maybe skating together in a chain will help. Until they realize a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. This dog owner has trained his German Shepherd to be a hockey player. Although the Shepherd keeps leaving every time he gets the puck. Not because he doesn't understand the game, it's because, well, he's a dog. So naturally, he wants to bury it.
Go ahead, shoot the ball. I will get it from you, and I will not give it back to you. Shoot! Aha!
And if you're wondering why this dog is so disciplined, practicing his soccer moves hour after hour, it's because he's very serious about avoiding the bath that's waiting for him. Coming up, a dog takes a lunge. And a man takes a plunge. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. These jokes practically tell themselves, because they're self-sufficient. Barney here belongs to a magician. And of all the amazing tricks he had seen his owner do, he was most curious about the disappearing water trick. The trick involved pulling that lever, which would suddenly make all the water in the bowl vanish. Okay? But the thing was, the water actually disappeared. It went away, which meant it wasn't a trick, folks. He used actual magic. Eat your heart out, David Copperfield. They say cats are great pets because they can take care of themselves, right? And we can see the upside, watching Pierre use the doorknob to let himself out. The downside kicks in a little later when Pierre uses his owner's credit card to go online and buy himself some cat toys. There's an old saying that goes, good fences make good neighbors. Well, that may be true, but they don't seem to make good doggies. For a motivated person, an education will open many doors. For a motivated cat, a fish snack will do pretty much the same thing. Rodney was trying to write the name of his boat on the hull when... I guess he'll have to wait to christen the SS Stumblebum. Get ready for a double take. It's Funniest Pets and People. Rewind. You may be wondering why this dog is washing up in a bucket. Well, that's because he cares about what he does, and he is a perfectionist. So he doesn't want to get anything but 100% pure mud all over the kitchen floor.
It was just kind of bright over there because of the sun.
Pedro here knows all the moves to be a Harlem dog trotter. He can dribble like there's no tomorrow, he can shoot like a pro, and spin the ball right on his paw. And really, the only thing holding him back from a starting position on the team is the fact that, well, that he's the size of the basketball. These little cars are amazing. They can go almost 20 miles per hour. Now, normally, they can only go 15 miles per hour, but that's before they had a giant cat standing over them. A few simple leaves thrown at this dog will make him flip over backwards. Hopefully, the owner won't get a power leaf blower, or the dog just might flip right over the Grand Canyon. Pet names are funny, aren't they? It's hard, for example, to figure out how this hamster got the name Slinky. I guess we'll always wonder. Shirley loves trying the sports she hears about on the radio. But someone needs to explain that relay races need two people. And for that matter, what it is they mean by pole vaulting. This couple pre-planned everything for their trip. Except to buckle their seatbelts. This clip proves that some are destined for a life of fame and fortune, playing music before crowds of millions and rocking out a generation. And others are destined to make cute home video clips. If this dog seems like he's acting strangely, it's just that he has a bad memory and forgot that where he buried his bones was out in the yard. Ronnie and Sarah are very competitive and want to win the wife carrying competition. Although they do realize that for next year, probably better to enter it before the meatball eating competition. Coming up, a pooch that enjoys the bubbly. And a dog takes his owner for a slide. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People.
Huddle up for laughs. It's game time.
Boris the dog beats Carl the cat every time they play chess. And that's because he has a no-fail strategy. No, not outmaneuvering the cat, eating the chess pieces when the cat isn't looking. This pooch is amazing at catching bubbles. He doesn't miss a one. And it's not that he's showing off for the camera, it's just this is where they feed him and he doesn't want soap bubbles cleaning a single bit of kibble off that driveway. Petey the rabbit may have missed one, but he's a pretty good card player. Or how else would he have won himself that easy chair? We return to ESPN 22's live coverage of the French Kitty Billiards. Here in the finals, Minnesota Cats is dominating the table in an incredible run. Well, it's true, Mike. He's really all alone out there. The combinations he's been banging in make it clear who's going to win the championship. Yes, and all the more amazing when you think about the fact that he's playing without even the help of a cue stick. Well, I did see him chalking up his claws earlier, Mike. Still amazing, Al. Although it does make you wonder if the mice he was competing with got scared off, knowing they were playing a cat at a game called 8-Ball. I don't get it, Pierre. And here we see the winner of the much less famous winter dog race known as the Iditarod. Now, I don't want to say it's a low-budget race, okay? But the reason that this guy is the winner, well, he's the only one who entered. Jeff's wife wants him to do some work around the house on his day off, by golly, but he wants to relax first. And then, when he's good and ready, he'll do his chores. Starting with fixing the hammock. If you don't want to get caught chuckling, you better watch your step. Oswald simply could not wait till Christmas morning to see what presents were sitting for him under the tree. And that led to, well, the tree coming down a little earlier than expected. Yeah, curiosity may not have killed the cat, but it certainly made him get a lump of coal in his stocking. Now, this may look like a bad kitty, but actually he's a life coach, helping the ferret lose some weight. So when that cup of soda became too tempting, this is what's known as a little tough love. Coming up, the real Cat Stevens. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. You've seen the concert. You've heard the single. Now buy the album. Kitty Cat Jones playing his #1 hit. I've got the don't have fingers, so can only play one note with my teeth. Blues. Own the magic. Exclusively on K-Pet Records.